Right, we're in my garden at home, and here we have a hibiscus tree which has a really beautiful flower. Right. As you saw in the previous lesson, we can use hibiscus flowers to make an indicator, to make an acid alkaline indicator. Okay, right, I'm going to chop off the flower. Now I'm not going to get into trouble for this because, interestingly, the hibiscus flower only opens for 1 day. Okay, so if I leave this attached, at the end of the day the flower will close, it will dry up and fall off, which is a real shame because it's a really beautiful flower. But anyway, I'm going to chop this and use it to make an indicator. Right, the next part of the process to make some hibiscus flower indicator is to take the flowers, and I've actually got 3 here. I've collected 3 over last week. They've dried up a little bit, but that's fine. Now we need to extract the compounds in the flowers using boiling water. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop finely the flowers using a pair of scissors. So chopping them finely, that will increase the surface area of the petals and hopefully make the extraction a little bit quicker. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use regular water from the tap because that might be slightly acidic or slightly alkaline. I'm going to use this stuff, if you remember that from another video. Distilled water, so that's just literally pure water that has got nothing dissolved in it. So that's going to go like that, and I'm going to start boiling. Right, so I'm now going to boil this. Okay, boil this carefully for about 5 minutes, just making sure that all the water does not evaporate off and it doesn't boil dry. So literally just going to boil that away for 5 minutes. Right, that should be enough on the heating. Done that for between about 5 and 10 minutes. So I'll just turn off the flame. So we need to filter it. So we need to filter out the remainder of the flowers. I've got a small beaker here. I've got a sieve from my kitchen, and it's literally just a case of filtering. That's a little bit hot, so just a case of filtering out the flowers into a beaker. Right, finally, it's the testing part. Here's our finished product. This is the hibiscus flower indicator, cooled nicely in the fridge. Now the three substances I'm going to test. But here you have white vinegar. This is probably the strongest acid you're likely to find in a regular household. So a little bit of the acid there. We've got the distilled water. That's our neutral solution or neutral substance. So that's going to be pH of 7. Now this thing here, this is drain unblocker. Okay. Now this contains quite a strong solution of sodium hydroxide, and this is quite possibly the strongest alkaline you're going to find in a house. And as we can see there, it's got quite a serious looking hazard label. Right. So a little bit in there, like that. Make sure the top's back on. Right, so let's have a go now with the indicator. So kind of looks a bit like black currant juice at the moment. So acid, we've got a nice dark pink colour. Okay. Neutral, we've got a nice lilac colour or purple. Okay, and finally the alkaline solution. It goes initially green when you put it in, and then it turns like a nice greeny orange colour. So this is quite an interesting one. But yeah, when you've initially put in the indicator, it goes green first, and then kind of goes orange. Right, there you have it. Hibiscus flower indicator.